Hi everybody, it's Dara, and we're live. I'm live with you, hopefully, and I am making dinner, and all I know for sure is that I'm going to have these mushrooms, the shiitakes, that I cut up in little pieces, and they're going to right now go on a medium flame in coconut oil with salt and sage. So let me do that. So hopefully you can hear me. I'll wait for somebody to show up. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to go. So I just want to know that you can hear me. That's the biggest thing, and see me. So basically I went to the farmer's market yesterday. Today's Thursday. Yesterday was Wednesday. And I got this beautiful two different lettuces, one purple and then a curly one. And it's so nice to mix your lettuces up. We so often get attached to spinach or kale, and it's really good to like rotate. Hey, George, so you can hear me? So this is what I have so far. And I thought this with just lemon juice, olive oil, and salt. And then with the mushrooms. And then I got the most beautiful, I don't even know what to say about this Reed avocado. I had some this morning. I had this salad for breakfast. That's what happens when you get a lot of veggies and you feel like you have to eat the gorgeous produce that you got. So you're going to have salad and greens and veggies all day. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Sutton. Hi, Isabella. I'm so glad. Yay, George. Okay, Reed avocados. Reed, R-E-E-D. I don't know if you have the opportunity to get one. If you ever do, they are literally like butter. They're the most delicious thing. So I had some. I had a breakfast this morning of lettuce, tomatoes, Reed avocado, just chopped up, squash blossom flowers. We're going to get the squash blossoms. I might be moving around a little bit. I decided to see what a big deal it is to turn on the camera and the lights. I was like, how long could it take to put on the mic, turn on the lights? And it was like 6 minutes. So I wasn't that concerned with getting everything prepped in advance because when you get the inspiration to show up, you have to just show up. I'm trying to get the squash blossoms out. Okay, they're so pretty. And then I have another fun thing here, which is, I have so many fun vegetables, but I got this mango salsa at Air One, and it just adds a little fruity heat to a dish. So we're gonna eat some flowers, we're gonna have some spice. Especially, I don't know, you guys may know me that I don't mind eating the same thing every day for like a month because I love just knowing what I'm eating. Why? How can you hear me? This is like not plugged in. Now it's going to be better, I think. Is that better sound? Now the mic is plugged in. It wasn't plugged in. Ooh, do tell. Hi, Seagal. Hi, Rosie. Hey, Janet. Okay. So you guys, I don't even know what to say. Did it change when I just plugged it in? It really should have changed. Maybe it doesn't change when I plug it in. Oh, weird. Okay. Well, who knows what that's about? We'll have to ask Jeff. So adding color, so variety. I would eat the same thing over and over again for a month. I'm known to make the same thing and then move on to something else and then forget about the past things I make. And lately I've been finding, probably due to what's been going on, is that since I can't travel, I'm traveling with flavors from around the world. Like I'll do an Italian night and I have some Mexican, and then I even learned how to make tacos. They're masa corn flour tortillas so that I could put veggies on top of tortillas. I learned how to make roti to have with Indian food. And I'm just finding that, and I want to do Jamaican and Moroccan. I just feel that adding variety, if we're making all of our meals at home, which I am doing, I really don't eat out. I don't eat other people's food, that I have to amuse myself. Plus, it's like an act of creativity. I consider my kitchen my studio. And that's why I tell myself it's okay that all the appliances are out and the dishes are out and that things aren't always perfect, because it's like, it's neat, it's clean, but there's still, I'm leaving the juicer out, I'm leaving the food processor out, I'm leaving the NutriBullet out. I like to use the NutriBullet for my morning smoothies, and I like to use the NutriBullet for making cashew cream. I prefer it to the Vitamix, but I like to use the Vitamix if I'm blending my almond milk with sage, vanilla, cinnamon. So I've got all my tools out. And that just makes it easier. And so I make a point to not sit in the kitchen all day, although I do a lot of work at my dining room table. I make a point to go to my studio or sit in the living room so I don't have to look at or be bothered by all the appliances. This kitchen used to look like just a minimalist dream. And then I put the lights back up and the cameras out and the appliances are out. So it's really just, oh, you like this video? Thank you. I love likes. Thumbs up make me happy. It's like an energy exchange. So I really think that if you put your juicer in the cabinet, you're most likely not going to make celery juice every morning. So yesterday at Janet, I did a squash blossom simple video, and traditionally squash blossoms are stuffed with like maybe ricotta cheese, or in a Lebanese dish is making something called a tum or tum. I forget the word for it, but there's like a garlic yogurt, and they fill the squash blossoms, which these are rather small. So what I decided to do was just wash them, dry them, and then just have them in the salad raw, and it worked beautifully. I had them yesterday in a purple cabbage boat with an avocado almond ricotta mash, and you just eat them. I don't know that I don't want to fry anything, so I don't think that's necessary. You could bake them, but you could also just stuff them and eat them raw. Let me put a little spoon in there. I can do one right now. Yeah, the dish yesterday. Oh, you saw it, Janet. Okay. So what am I doing with them tonight? I am just going to put them somewhere. I have no idea what I'm doing tonight, really. I'm having a salad. We're having a salad. I did pull out tofu, and I think someone was coming over the other day, and I was concerned that maybe they would want to be satisfied a little bit more than what would satisfy me. So I bought this firm tofu, organic tofu, and it's not something I eat a lot. But sometimes just cut up with a little olive oil and salt, and then you could have it in the salad. Delicious if you feel like it. So let's see if we have my avocado. I have a little measuring spoon. Let's see if they're tricky to fill. Oh, if you like this video, it helps other people see it. Like I'm stuffing. Oh, I just stuffed a squash blossom. It's kind of a cute thing to do. And if you are having company and you want to have stuffed squash blossoms, and then you put some pine nut parmesan. You remember when I made the pine nut parmesan? You can use Brazil nut parmesan. It's Brazil nuts, nutritional yeast, garlic powder, and salt. Zzz. I see it's in a little mini food processor. And then you put this on, and then you sprinkle that on. I'll show you. So yes, you could just have fun with your food. Have a couple squash blossoms, and I know not everybody can get them. I have only a little bit left. I love when I use up all the beautiful things that I make. I don't like when it goes bad. So it's funny, I'm not all that hungry. So I'm playing. It's not like, hurry, let me eat. I'm going to show you. I'm going to sprinkle it and just show you to inspire you. So thank you for liking the video. Yeah, this is so pretty. I mean, you wouldn't be happy having that. You see? So these grow at the end of squash. And if you're lucky, you get them. If you come across them, get them. You could just eat them raw. A little olive oil and salt. Stuffed squash bottom, stuffed squash bottom, stuffed squash bottom. No, that is not easy. So now what's next? So I could stuff some squash blossoms, and Let me turn the, let me flip the, I'm going to flip the shrooms. That sounds funny. Who knows what I put on my mushrooms when I saute them? My hair looks funny. I just took it out of a ponytail. I'm only wearing one earring because the other earring hits the microphone. And there's all kinds of noise. And talk about noise, you guys. Oh my gosh. So 2 nights ago, I hear the smoke detector. And we probably have all heard a smoke detector battery go out. So it doesn't consistently beep, 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 beep. It just goes beep. I'm not going to do it loud because that could be irritating. But it happens at 4 o'clock in the morning. Not any other time, but at 4 o'clock in the morning. And so I woke up and I came out, obviously, to check and make sure that everything was okay. And the heat was on. The heat was blasting. I heard the heat, and I'm like, it's summer. I haven't even touched the thermostat in many, many months, like 6 months. Who turned the heat on? That's so weird. Did the heat set off the smoke detector or the carbon dioxide? I don't know. So I go to bed, and I think it's just a fluke thing. And then it happened again. So it happened like 3 nights in a row, and I was like, that's it. I tried to reach it. I couldn't reach it. Finally, I got my next door neighbor handyman over, and he's helping me. And we're replacing, he took them all off, and we just watched them and waited to see which one beeped. It was so funny. Anyway, we're getting the kind where you hardwire it, and then it's good for 10 years. Because I just think, okay, that's me. I stuff earplugs in my ear, and I put a pillow over my head, and I kind of could go back to sleep. But what if it's one of my guests downstairs? Then I'm going to get a phone call at 3 o'clock in the morning. I always put, you know what I put? I put sage. I'm glad it inspires. So I put sage and salt, and I saute them in coconut oil. Sage makes them kind of have like a full rounded meaty situation. So now I'm going to sleep tonight, hopefully. Are you guys sleeping well? Is anybody having some problems sleeping due to everything that's going on? And my normal remedy for not sleeping well, obviously, is to avoid the coffee, not have too much caffeine, and exercise a lot. And I was all over the place yesterday on my bike, and I didn't sleep. Like, I was up, never, even without the smoke detector, I was up and I was having active dreams, and I was aware of my dreams. In fact, a couple people have messaged me on Instagram that I have visited them in their dreams. So sometimes I like do work and visit people and clear things and free people. But yeah, it's a lot of anxiety. So you turned your heat on by accident yesterday? That's so weird. I didn't do it, and I don't know who did it, and that felt trippy. But maybe it had been on for many, many months, but it just didn't kick on because it wasn't cold, and it was cold last night. So yoga before bed, says Isabella. Yeah, I think now all the alarms are off the wall, so it should be fine. Okay, let me turn these. Stir them, turn them. Put some salt on them. Low heat for the mushrooms. So we're going to put some olive oil. We're just hanging out. I'm so glad. Cell towers in my vicinity. Get some Oregon cloud busters. So that's a really good idea, because I think with all this 5G stuff that we are experiencing things that we may think are illness or poor sleep or cough or bronchial things or whatever. They say that the symptoms from exposure to 5G towers is the same as exposure or symptoms to COVID. Get that. You do, Mary Elizabeth? I'm so glad. How do you know when mushrooms are done? That's a really good question. They need a certain amount of fat or they get dried out, but I don't like them mushy, so I tend to want to crisp them. And they got a little dried out in the refrigerator. I keep them in an open bowl. If you get them fresh and you cook them on medium and you turn them and you have enough fat, meaning enough coconut oil, then they should brown and crisp. I don't want them super crispy or hard, but not watery. No water near your mushrooms. For me, that's for me. That's my preference. So I'll show you the mushrooms. I will show you mushrooms. I'm really into mushrooms. Like, I just think they're here to change society and change the world. Between my Chinese herbs that I have every day. All right, so now we got our olive oil on here. We're gonna do some lemon juice. I have lemon in the fridge. And oh, we can definitely have tomatoes. It's gonna be similar to what I have for breakfast. And that's okay. Let's put some cilantro in. And I must have eaten the tomatoes. I have more. So sometimes I like to have a little bit of the blue Paris bowl, my Paris bowl. This actually I got in Paris and brought home in my suitcase. And you can now get them on Amazon, and they're not a lot of money. I don't know, they're like $26. I got them at a shop called Merci, which is totally a fabulous shop. Très magnifique. And I went there with, I was in Paris with Craig, and I made food every night in my Airbnb in this bowl. I got 2 different sizes, and now if you go to my website, you can see them. I posted them there. It's almost time for a new one, really. It looks kind of beat up. This is my almond milk with sage in it. No, but people have been messaging. People have been messaging me that they grow their own lion's mane. Is it true that I'm Barbara Goldsmith's niece? Well, now her name is Bracha, which means blessing, which she is such a blessing. And that would be so amazing. I feel like we're like sisters or related in some fashion on a soul level for sure. I met Barbara when I was visiting Greece, and I got to meet her in person. And we got to hang out, and she's amazing. So if anybody is not following her on YouTube, I would head over there straight away, and on Instagram. She's definitely like a sister, aunt, sister, something, but not really related in that way. I'm going to tell you a trick. So I make the almond milk. And I told this yesterday, but I think I forgot to say one thing. I make the almond milk, and in my Vitamix, I put the almond milk, vanilla, sage powder, ground sage, nutmeg, sometimes cardamom, cinnamon, salt, vanilla, blend it. But I also blend in sometimes, if I want it creamier, I'll blend a handful of cashews in there. And it makes it so just soothing that I highly recommend it. Some people have wine while they're cooking. I'm hardly cooking, but I am cooking the mushrooms. I'm hardly doing anything. I'm going to show you the shrooms because they're done and they're perfect. Oh yeah. So this hot on top of salad just gives you like an umami kind of heated. How long does the nut milk last after you make it? I don't plan on it lasting more than 3 days. If your refrigerator is very cold and there isn't a lot of air in the jar, it could last 4 to 5. I find that it's gone by the time I turn around. I need to make some in a couple days because I use it in my tonics. I use it in oatmeal. I have a glass of it. Sometimes when I want a snack, I'll just take a little bit of almond butter on a spoon and have a little sip of milk, and that's like nighttime deliciousness. So it goes pretty quickly around here. I did make last night, I made a turmeric version, turmeric and pink pepper. and black pepper version with maple syrup, honey. I used honey in the turmeric one, and that's divine. I will show you. It turned quite yellow. So, almond milk, cashews, vanilla, turmeric, cinnamon, and pepper. I had pink pepper, but black pepper is nice too. I don't know how to answer that, Shadavari. I can't speak on that. I do not know the answer. We're taste testing. It's like wine testing, but it's almond milk. Okay, I'm getting to making the salad. It blossomed since yesterday. It wasn't so yellow, and I see the vanilla and the pink pepper. It is golden milk. You're right. Very similar. All right, now we're up to some salad business. I think I forgot to get the... Do you guys use balsamic vinegar? It was a no-no in the raw food world because apple cider vinegar helps you, it doesn't make your body acidic. Balsamic vinegar does. So the whole business about the raw food diet is to make your body alkaline, less acidic, have a proper pH balance, which makes you more balanced emotionally. If you are too alkaline, you're too soft and flowy. If you're too acidic, you can be kind of bitter and angry. So we want to balance. And most people, I mean, if we're eating a raw food diet, it's pretty much all alkaline. Acidity comes in from coffee. It comes in from meats and dairies and balsamic vinegar, but I did use some today and it was lovely. Yes, 6-petal flower. Turmeric juice can be activated with black pepper and ground white pepper, ground black pepper, and it makes it like 40% more powerful. So we want to remember, sometimes I forget, but we want to remember to use the pepper. I used pink because that's what I had. A nice dose of vitamin C because our bodies do not produce vitamin C. We produce vitamin D when we're out in the sun, but we can't produce vitamin C. We need to add it. Ooh, a mini peach. Laura B, hi honey. I just bought a mini peach balsamic and it was such a nice change from apple cider vinegar. I think it's nice to mix it up a little bit here. Okay. Rob K, turmeric is also fat soluble. Combined with pepper is the best. Hi. Okay, so we did the lemon. This is like the longest I've ever taken to whip up a salad ever. Pink salt. I'm going to give you guys a reminder to remove things that don't make you happy. Like when I picked this up, it made me so happy. It's an artist handmade bowl. Michelle Blade, you can follow her on Instagram. And then there's a couple mugs that I got rid of that just didn't bring me joy. Things like that. Like I had a lot of mismatched things in my silverware drawer and I was like, it's just driving me crazy. It was too much. So I hope you're with me on Instagram because I'm about to show my drawer. I'm going to show what's in my drawers. I labeled everything, but then the other night I alphabetized and organized. I wouldn't say balsamic is like meat or dairy. I just know that it's not alkaline. I don't know the levels. So now we have that. We have our lemon. We have our salt. I could just plate it. Take your time. I'm clearly, thank you. I'm taking my time. This is like hilarious. Just like the slowest hangout ever. I'm gonna make a little bowl. Sometimes I like to wander around my kitchen and just see what ingredients I have, because really, truly, it's the ingredients that inspire me. Somebody dropped off flowers for me today. A lovely woman I did a session for, Ellie, and I wanted to show you guys. I'm doing this right now because I think this is fennel. So beautiful. So you know that when you cut your flowers, you put the vase to the edge and you hold it up to about how high you want them to be, and then you'll know where to cut. But first, we are going to put, there is water in here. I already did it. That's funny. So we'll just cut. This is going to make a grand mess, I see. Yeah, I feel like we needed these. They're fragrant. I feel like we needed this situation. This is what happens when I'm making food and I'm in the kitchen. I just do whatever I feel like it. So you hold it up to see where you want it. And did you know, if you cut the flowers on the regular just a little bit, then they will stay fresher longer. And, oh, I see there's a lot of pollen on these from the fennel, so that's what's going to make a mess. But that's okay. That's a little pollen. Oh, I wonder if I'm going to start sneezing. That's going to be interesting. I sneezed earlier a lot of times. I wonder if it was this. Well, it's worth it. There we go. No. Was it dill? It smells, maybe it's dill. It's flowering something. Yeah, it's not fennel. Maybe it's dill. I am not sure because I've never seen the yellow flowers on it like that, but it does smell like a lemony dill. Good call. When are you planning to update, unprivate the old videos? I have some saved and finally have some free time. I would love to know which ones you want set free, because it's like there were like 1,000 videos and at one point they were set to private just because. And then I realized that I wanted to set them all back again, but it's like a time-consuming process. Is that my hair sticking out? It's a time-consuming process, so if you tell me which ones, you can email hello at DARA'S.com. Ta-da! So we have, everything's so colorful and smells so fragrant. I think you're right. I think that is dill. This is what I wanted. I haven't used these in so long. Little things that make you happy. Isn't that funny? Do we want some Parmesan? We'll put it on top. It's a beautiful arrangement that she brought for me. It's so thoughtful. And the card said something really nice about me being a light in this world. The crazy dance party video with Dan the Man. Oh my gosh. Wait, isn't that on Dan's channel though? Or was that mine? Casey, I will do it. Just email me if there's any that you can think of or around what time frame. That was a great one. I have to say, so we're going to put our little squash blossom. No, we're going to keep it separate as a cute little appetizer. We're going to put some cilantro because cilantro just helps your body detox from heavy metals. And heavy metals just happen, even if you're not eating metals on purpose. They're there. I know, it's such a pretty, it looks so pretty with the sunflowers. Well done. So sweet. I'm really having fun. I think that's the biggest thing when you're making food is to just enjoy yourself. Better to make something simple and have fun making it, oops, than to like, stress. I think I ate a whole avocado today, which is a lot. So what? No, some days I step away from gluten-free bread and I'll just use a portion of this. I don't think I need the whole thing. Nothing wrong with it though. I think I'm going to do a little bit of the tofu on it for fun. What's your advice on consuming activated charcoal? That's such a good question too. Well, yeah. Activated charcoal is used to pull out toxins from the body. So let's say you ate Windex by mistake, or your child swallowed something, or something went in that shouldn't go in. You take activated charcoal for it to pull out of your body. So there is a debate, I guess, right? Like common sense would say, it could take out impurities, but it could also take out like a lot. And I know someone who's an organic chemist, and he was like, no way am I eating or drinking that. Like, what's everybody doing? That's like serious. So I think that there is, it's, if you have it, it's not like every day, but I don't see anything wrong with it once in a while. And I do know my colon hydrotherapist recommends it. And I'm actually going to see her Saturday. So I'll ask her and just ask me again. And I'll report back because I know she does recommend it for certain reasons. The avo is so great looking. This avocado, it literally is like butter. Read avocados. Yeah. This is just so pretty and it's so simple. And I'm going to put in some tomatoes. These need to be rinsed. I can tell when it's starting to be weekend here in Venice Beach. You hear people like out in the streets hollering. You hear noises. I hear my downstairs neighbor, my next door neighbor who likes to have little riff parties. Yes, charcoal is great as a tooth cleaner. A teeth cleaner. I don't have a problem with it once in a while. I have a lavender charcoal tonic in my ebook. Okay, the fun nostalgic videos. I'm going to go in and look and set them to public because that could be fun for me. Honestly, I don't like going back and looking at my videos so much. Like it's not that fun, but I think the ones with Dan and Man, I will go back and look for. Isn't this just so happy? Let's put some parmesan. Not that it needs it. I'm going to have to make some more. And you know what? It's nice to make food. Get this. Like I'm not really hungry right now, but this will be all ready for when I am hungry. So if I'm drawing and watching a movie and all of a sudden I get hungry, this will be waiting for me. And then I will have cleaned up the whole kitchen and all will be well. And this doesn't go at all. I don't think this mango salsa, but I'm putting it on because it's such a treat. You want to clean just one tooth? Maybe that's a good test to see if it works. Like just work on one. Do it one tooth every day for like a week and see if it gets brighter than the rest. Yes, I totally feel activated charcoal for, this is just adding color and is making me so happy. Oh, you guys, good news. Herbie is so happy and healthy and his skin looks plump and he's happy and good and FaceTimes me every day. This is stunning. Who needs anything else? So I haven't, because I've been eating so many flavors and so many greens and so much color. I don't need, I used to have gluten-free bread or maybe a little rice or something with the meal, and I know I can always have it. It's in the refrigerator. I can always toast a piece of something if I want, but I find that I feel lighter and brighter without it. Yeah, Herbie's fantastic. Don't forget to add the shrooms. Thank you. This is like an interactive dinner. You know, I left these out one night, some of them out overnight, and they were fun to chew on the next day. Where should I put them? I think sprinkled. Are they hot? No. Oh my gosh. And you know I have those lion's mane ones. I'm gonna have to take a picture and post this in my stories. So I'm totally posting my food all the time in stories on Instagram. And it's so good. So that's why I can say I'm not all raw and I'm not all vegan because I have ghee from time to time. GHEE is a clarified butter. I once asked David Wolf, what is in your, I said, what's in your backpack? About a year, oh, it probably could have been 2 years. One day I was like, you know, he travels all over the world. He has a backpack. What's in it? Like, what does he make sure he always has with him? And out of like the 10 things he told me, I remember he has rhodiola. Do you hear that? There's activity. Rhodiola, which boosts the mood. It does a lot of different things. So look up rhodiola, RHODIOLA, rhodiola. And then he also has ghee. So he says, I can't call myself vegan anymore. And I was like, that is interesting. And it works for me once in a while. It looks like a caprese. I agree with you. And if I wanted to take, like, how beautiful will that be tomorrow if I get some basil, which I think I need to grow. I need to grow basil and dill. Slice the tomato the sideways. Place slices of the tofu that maybe you have a little olive oil, you drizzle olive oil on. So tomato, tofu, basil in between, and then you have a caprese. So I posted it, Dolly Parton, I posted the lion's mane on Instagram. It's in my stories. It's also in my highlights. You can go to my more food. You can go, I have 2 highlights for food and you can see the food. And I just sliced them thin. I cooked them in coconut oil with salt and a little garlic powder. And they literally tasted like crab meat from when I can remember eating crab many, many years ago. So I can do it again tomorrow, the lion's mane. How about that? We can take requests. So as you can see, there's a tonic bar behind me. There's appliances. There's dishes that are out to dry. There's a mess on my counter. But this is life. This is like an art studio. So treat your food like you're making the most beautiful art that's going to fuel you. And maybe even someone you love. But this is, still do it if it's just you. That's the thing. It's just me right now, and I'm still doing it because it changes your life. It gives you energy and nutrients, and it makes your cells happy. I promise. So I started the day with celery juice, as I've been doing every day. And I've been having tonic after that. And then I have something for breakfast. Either I'll have a smoothie or once in a while, I'll have some oatmeal with some fruit. Sea buckthorn, my thoughts on it. It sounds like you might have thoughts on it. I know that sea buckthorn is really good for your skin. It's in one of my Living Libations face oil. I also feel like it's circling around me. It was somewhere else. So tell me what you know about sea buckthorn and how we might ingest it. Lion's mane, I'll show you. So many of you have heard me talk about lion's mane. It's a focus herb. It's in a Chinese, let's see, do we have it in, let's see if I have 4-sigmatic. It's definitely, no, this one's chaga. 4-sigmatic herbs, you can get a DARA discount. They have lion's mane, and lion's mane for your brain. And it literally is shaped, looks like a brain. And it's kind of like furry looking. This is amazing. This is the actual fresh lion's mane. So I took it and sliced it, thin slices, and laid them on their side in oil with some salt, turned it over, browned it just a little bit, and they cooked so beautifully, and they had like a sweet kind of flavor. So yes, this is like lion's mane extract is the one of the ones along with ginkgo biloba, but lion's mane is amazing for your memory and your focus. So there you go. It's in the tonics. That's where you've heard of it from me. Yeah, I've got all kinds of goodies. We can make a tonic tomorrow. So I think that's it for now. What do you think? Are we complete? Did I do everything? I guess we have, this is dinner. I'm going to clean up. I like to time myself. So I wondered how big of a deal it was to turn on the camera for the video. So I was like, how big of a deal? I checked the time. Maybe it took 5 minutes, turn on the lights, turn on and just do it. So it's no big deal. It usually is less of a big deal than you think something's going to. So cleaning up, I like to give myself 15 minutes. I clean up before I eat. So that way I can sit and relax. I don't have to worry about, all that mess. And I definitely clean up before I go to bed. It's a rare day that I leave things in the sink. And that if that happens, I am really tired. But I really make it like a meditative thing to clean up at night, because you don't want to carry the energy of today into tomorrow. You want to have a fresh slate. And it is much more appealing to make yourself a tonic in a kitchen that's been at least cleaned up, and the dishes might be out drying. So I put up the hot water, I put the dishes away. I make the celery juice, sip it, put the dishes away, and then make a tonic. It's just part of having a clean slate. Lion's mane is amazing. It's fuzzy. It's literally fuzzy. My daughter would like to know how she can or ought to transition into eating more like how you eat or cook. We have your tonic book. Are there easy ways she can start? I can't believe it, Mary Elizabeth. She's asking such a great question. So hi, honey, if you're watching. And I love this question, because all of the years that I was 100% raw and I did the YouTube videos, and I'd run into people and they would say, well, how do I start? And I'd say, okay, give me a napkin, get me something to write on. And I'd write out a little smoothie recipe. And then maybe 7 years later, I made the Soups and Smoothies ebook. Some of you will have the Liquids Only DVD, which may still be available on Amazon. When it's done, it's done. There will be not another one, and it's really pretty fun. It's like vintage Dara, retro Dara, but in any case, I would write down a smoothie. And I know that if you have a smoothie in the morning with all of those nutrients, you're getting all those greens without having to chew them. You get all these nutrients. That smoothie reverberates throughout the rest of the day, at least the next choice. The snack time or lunchtime, your choice will be different because you had that smoothie. It's the same thing with celery juice. So if you can manage to do celery juice, I like to add lemon. It makes it just way better for me. A little bit. Celery lemon juice, or celery juice with a little lemon, and then I make a smoothie, and it has kale and frozen banana and sometimes frozen blueberries and all different kinds of things. And then you have that smoothie with chia seeds because it fills you up. Your whole day is made. And then if you want to take it next level, you make a soup and you keep it in a mason jar, or you leave it out on the counter so it's room temperature. I don't really like my food cold. And then I would take the soups with me on the go and just have a sip when I picked up my daughter at school or when I had to go somewhere. And when I was hungry, I would take a sip. You could have a little cooler, put a little ice pack. Now a lot of us are at home, so you could just leave it in the fridge or out on the counter. And then if you have a celery juice, a smoothie, a soup in the afternoon, and eat whatever you want for dinner, you're like 75% raw. And then you have a beautiful thing like this for dinner. And don't be afraid to have some gluten-free toast with a little bit of coconut oil or ghee on it. But satisfy yourself. And mostly to the young dearie of Mary's is that you tell yourself you can have whatever you want. There is nothing that I can't have. If there was a piece of chocolate cake and I wanted it, I could have it. But after eating this, I don't really want it. And as a matter of fact, what I will do right now is I will show you how easy it is. Are you ready for this? This is from Mary and her girl. It's a girl, right? Do you have a baby girl? Is it a boy? I think you said. Check this out. Very excited. I have a little bit of this Reed avocado. And I ran out of forks because I got rid of all my miscellaneous forks. Isn't that funny? So now I did order some. This is ridiculous. But I'm going to show you dessert. Are you ready? Well, dessert to me could be as easy as, get this, dessert could be as easy as taking a date with almond butter or having a scoop of nut butter with a little bit of jam on it. Like, it could be that easy. But if you want to have like a chocolate pudding, you take a little of a beautiful avocado, and maybe you take a little bit of a very ripe banana. What else little desserty things? I'm known for my snacks. Like, I'm like a snack girl, and there's nothing, like, if I want something sweet, I will eat something sweet, but I'll have like a banana with, let's say I'll have banana with some coconut yogurt or almond yogurt, like Kite Hill. And then I'm going to put a pinch of salt. So then it's like bananas and cream. And a pinch of salt brings out the sweetness. A drizzle of honey takes it over the top. Last night I had cut up apple, and then I had some little bit of almond milk out. And I was like, oh, I'll have the chopped up apple with cinnamon, and then I'll put some milk, and then I did a drizzle of honey. And it was so good. It was like having, do you remember Apple Jacks? When we were little in the 70s, Apple Jacks, how gross, was a cereal. And I really didn't eat that stuff a lot. But I'll tell you what, this could be like a vanilla pudding right now. Let me see. I'm going to try it without the cacao, but I'm going to make a chocolate pudding. I'm curious what this is like without the chocolate. Because not everybody wants chocolate, and everybody wants chocolate at night. Let's try it. Celery juice changes your life. The smoothies will change your life. So I have a soups and smoothies ebook with beautiful recipes and beautiful photographs. I did it with my friend Lisa, who's a photographer, and we spent like 2 weeks at my house and a week at an Airbnb in Highland Park making everything. Oh no, that was the tonics one. The soups and smoothies one we did here. All right, let's see what happened. It's like a vanilla pudding. It's like a green vanilla pudding. It's delicious. So what we can do, and normally I would do this in the Cuisinart, but what if you're like not wanting to mess up a Cuisinart? You just mush this up. Do you remember Apple Jacks? So this is what I had last night when I drank the milk after the apples were in it. I was like, this is like Apple Jacks. What's cooking? Amelia, we made this gorgeous. You can replay. This is dinner after I've cleaned up. And now, because Mary's daughter, was it a daughter? If she's even still here, I'm making this for her. I'm going to put a little cacao in here. We're going to have a little chocolate treat to eat. That's how easy it is. So there's no excuses, everybody. Oh, yeah. I'm making it up. So in the blender or in a little food processor, this would obviously blend with no little lumps of banana and avocado, but if you're in a pinch, this is going to do it. And that other time I added, the problem that it was having trouble blending is because I added cashews, and cashews need to be ground fine. But banana and avocado are not going to be a problem. Get my books. They're good. They're good. They're good. They're quality. They're lovely. They're beautiful pictures that could be, a lot of people print them out. I want to print them out and put them on my wall. And you'll see in the soups and smoothies one, I have hair almost like this, but it's red. Red, red, red. Okay. So then it's lumpy a little bit, but that doesn't bother me. No more sweet. Maple syrup is less sweet and more liquidy than honey. So sometimes I like honey, and just make it till it's sweet enough. Then you can cut up some bananas. You can put some coconut yogurt. Yeah. So now I'll have dessert. People often feel hungry when they start a raw vegan. A handful of raw nuts will satiate you. Yes, and eating enough. Like, Eat enough. Eat a large bowl of salad. This is small. When I first went raw, this is my salad bowl. Go crazy. I've been snacking throughout the day, so I'm not all that hungry right now. I've been eating enough. Gorgeous food. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to plate it. You know, salt always helps chocolate, right? Okay. I got a little dish. I definitely want some more salt. And then we will yeah, that didn't plate nicely. There is no cook or chef who hasn't made a mistake in the kitchen. I will tell you that. So you just kind of happily clean it up. That's from me, so I can do that. I wouldn't really ever do that. Now, and you know what? I could eat dessert first and the salad later, but basically I'm just going to show you. This is Coconut Cult. This is outrageous. This is their chocolate flavor. So we're having like, I'm going to put this in the fridge so that I can eat it after dinner. Although dessert is good to eat before dinner too. And then I could put some jam on top of this. I could put some cacao nibs, although I think jam sounds like fun. Okay, this is maybe some sliced banana. And where's your dessert? So, and if you don't have this Coconut Cult chocolate yogurt, you could put in Kite Hill or some other coconut yogurt vanilla and put some flowers on top, and you have a fancy dessert. I will, of course, recommend doing it in your food processor. I think the biggest thing about making videos is not setting up the camera. It's the mess I make, the cleanup after. Because if I was doing this, and I say this all the time, but this would have all been cleaned up as I was going. I have like a rhythm of cleaning up, and I don't do that when I'm making videos, so I have a big fat mess. But then I time myself, and it usually only takes me 15, 20 minutes. I'll time myself and let you know tomorrow. You're so welcome, Mary Elizabeth. This is for your daughter. Did we confirm it's a girl? Ooh, sounds really good. Those grapes sound delicious. Yeah, this is beautiful. I could go get pink flowers, or we could put on some yellow flowers. I do love pink on my food. I do have pink geraniums growing in my garden, so I take those. We have some squash blossoms. Oh yeah, I'll take one flower petal just for fun. Stick it in. Now we're talking. It's so pretty, right? All right, you guys, I think that's it for now. I hope I've inspired you. I know that because of you guys and with you guys, I now have this pretty little dinner, which I'm going to go take a picture of for Instagram. I love you. I'll see you over there. I'll be showing up daily because I have just discovered that it takes me all of 6 minutes to turn the camera on for all of this connection and love that we get here. So, my pleasure. Is that it? Yes. It looks and tastes delicious. So get your greens on. I don't like that there's this. What I have to do is when you take a picture of food, you don't want all of the, you don't want like a swipe of chocolate. You want it cleaned up. You want it pretty. Well, whatever. I'm messing it up. It blobbed when I was pouring it. But in any case, this is nighttime with Dara. Super. And I'll see you soon. But definitely get your greens on. And I'll see you soon. Bye.